I guess what I'm curious about is how did that come about? How did you get started? Like, what made you want to do that, or did it start someplace else and evolve into some other things? Because I understand that that was not the initial goal or vision when this whole thing started.
All right, the original story would be I was a rap artist, and we started a label called Advisory Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
The group I ended up going solo. Different members started doing their solo thing. One guy went all the way to Interscope. He became a gospel rapper, Des P, and he had a couple record deals on the line, and was going to sign with Interscope. I don't know why. Something happened when he backed out the deal at the last minute. But we were doing our thing in the streets of LA, so I had a reputation. I started getting mentored by people like Corrupt, the Dog Pound, Platinum Artist, some other people like CJ Mack, meeting big producers like Tone Toven, and I got my name got to a guy who everybody know now is Big U. And I would had his interest back when he was still incarcerated. So when he got out, he hooked up with Suge. He started building his label and became one of the first people he was messing with. Make a long story short, I kind of was dibbling back and forth between music and the streets. So at this time of getting into the streets, he found another artist named Nipsey Hussle, which everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
The rest is history with that, the marathon continues. So what that left me, when I started getting back into music, him and Nip was doing their thing. So I got with Tone Toven, and he was working with Pepsi, Yahoo Music, so we started doing that. So around that time when I'm getting a little buzz from that, I started another label, Luxurious Entertainment, and we got distribution from a company called Iota, who got bought up by Sony.
Okay.
So I didn't really use, once again, I'm in the streets, so I'm not even putting nothing out. So that contract just pretty much went to waste. But anyway, when I had him and I got a manager, Angel Glenn, she had a Virgo Management. She was dealing with an artist who had some influences with BMF, and it was signed to, who had a label going through Soulja Boy label. So they wanted me as an artist. So I'm like, cool. So while I'm doing that, now people in LA want me to come to their club, help them promote and do things, be a guest here and there. So I'm doing that. So when I started getting into the promotion thing, I started noticing these dudes get nice club, but they ain't really making no money.
Okay.
And since they ain't making no money, I'm like, I can do this, I don't need the middleman. I can cut this out. So Luxurious Entertainment became a production, party promoter company, cool, whatever. So from that, we just started structuring it as a business. And I got with the homie Ricky, aka Jaws. He's an entrepreneur, run a few businesses, and man, the rest is history. After that, we pretty much just structure Luxurious Entertainment the same way we would structure an independent record company. And I say that to say, most of these artists don't. If you're a major artist, you don't make a lot of money. You sell a lot of records, you look like you bought it, but you're really not. When you're an independent artist, people don't even know who you are really, but you got all this money because you're selling to a dedicated fan base. So I took that same principle and related to the promotion, entertainment event company status, meaning that a lot of these promoters would do these big clubs in Hollywood, but they ain't making no money because the club owner, manager, they take the bar, which is where all the money comes from. They get half the door, and then the promoter, he can half the door, but he got to share his half with DJs. He got to pay other sub promoters and whatnot. So what we do, we pretty much keep it independent. So we rent our own venues out, pay for everything up front, pay for security up front, marketing, promotion, flyers, radio ads, video, everything come out of our pocket up front. And but at the end of the day, when we get the money, we don't got to pay nobody else. It's all ours. So we can have a party with 200-300 people, and I make probably like 15 times as much as the guy who got 100-1,200 people in the club.
Okay. Yeah. That's smart. That's real smart. So basically, like you said, you cut out the middleman, you pay for everything up front, and then you just, at that point, you just start collecting. And then once you make back your investment, it's clear to see what your profit is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I got a brother that was a pretty known drug dealer in LA. During this time, he grew up with Harry-O, who funded Death Row Records. So, back in those days, 80s, 90s, this type of thinking was unusual. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but to do this type of stuff, you gotta have somebody who got some money. So that's where the people I know kick in at. So a regular guy just ain't gonna be able to do this because it costs a lot of money to do it. But I got the funds that we get. I got the funding, so it makes it easier.
Exactly. Exactly. And I heard some of those names you were dropping, man. You dropped some big boy names, like some of the people, some of the people that you've kind of I don't know, rubbed elbows with or that have been a part of your story, so to speak. You know what I mean? So
oh man.
Yeah.
Eddie Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big time supporter. I mean, me and Eddie cool. I met Eddie back in the day when I was working at the mall. Okay. And I knew a guy who he got money, but I never knew who he was. And one day I go home. Keep in mind, I've been talking to this dude forever. I go home one day, and I'm just like late at night. I can lay down, turn the TV on, flip it through the channel. Purple Rain is on, Trance movie, old movie. So I'm looking at it, and then I recognize one of these guys. Like, man, I know him. This is the guy I talk to every day. So when I go back to work one day, the guy walked in, and I'm like, hey, man, you Jerome, man. I didn't know you Prince and the time and all that, dude. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, man. So he knew I was rapping, so he introduced me to people. That's how he introduced me to Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin took a liking to me, man. So this dude was doing movies, everything. I had his personal number, call him up. He talked to me like we've been knowing each other forever. So later down the line, when I'm doing my promotion thing, him and another guy, Brad Casper, were looking for a promotion company. They had they wanted to do a comedy show, and they came. They heard my name once again. My name popped up. So when I go meet with them, Eddie recognized me. Oh, this is my dude right here, man. I know you. It's my nigga right here, man. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie been a big time supporter. I did some work with Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. John Singleton with another dude early on. Corrupt. Man, who else we deal with, man? We did so 50 Cent, Apple Watts, from Love and Hip Hop. A lot of people, man. Those are some of the names I could think of off top who supported from day one,
Right. Yeah, because I actually, when I was doing my research on you, I actually saw a picture with you and 50. And I was like, oh, this cat. But what was it like? What was it like being around this dude? Because this dude he's funny as shit. He's hilarious, but like he's the type of guy like you don't know. Like he might be cool with you today and then be like bashing you tomorrow and shit on social media. So what was it like actually?
Me and Fit cool, you know what I'm saying? Well, I see Fit, man, he cool with me. I mean, that's what I was dealing with him. And that came about. You know what's funny? That's another funny story. Once again, I'm like a little teenager guy, but I got a name on the street rapping. And so this guy called me one day, all the way from New York. And he was like, my name is Q. I got a company of Shadyville Management. I got 2 artists I'm trying to get to the West Coast. He's like, yeah, who are they? He's like, I got this DJ guy named DJ Who Kid. I'm like, okay. And I got this rapper guy named 50 Cent. I don't know if you heard him. Like, yeah, I heard of 50. Yeah, I know, before he became big. Like, yeah, I know he is. Yeah. I'm like, look, I just did a show with Capitol Records, and I know some promoters out here. I just did some stuff in Hollywood. Just did open up a West Side Connection in the Bay. So I know some promoters and stuff that, those type of people. So let me call them and see if it's okay for me to exchange numbers with them. So, all right, cool. So I called these people. They're like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. So I don't know if they ever connected off that, like business came out about that, but I did my job, right? So anyway, when 50 blew up, I called the dude, Q, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm trying to get Who Kid to do one of my mixtapes. So he put Who Kid on the 3-way. He tried to charge me $20,000 just to shout my name out. That's it. Nothing else, just to say my name. $20,000 just to say my name, right? Yeah. So I called Q, like, man, what's up, man? I'm your boy, man. This how you do me. So to make a long story short, you know who Q ended up being?
Who?
Q, he became the founder of WorldStar HipHop. That's Q, the one that died a few years ago. That was
wow. Q. Really?
And I never knew that. I'm thinking all the time, this got to be the same guy. So I ran into one of his other homeboys, Slow. He had Slow, he out here on the West Coast sometimes, fucking with Nipsey people and shit. So I'll be seeing him when he out here. And he had a big clothing line called Slow Bucks. It was big in the East Coast. So, this dude got major cash, man. So I'll ask him the other day, I'm like, hey, man, so let me ask you a question. is Q from WorldStar? Didn't he have a management company called Shadyfield? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm from Shadyfield. See, we all from Shadyfield. He thought something was that. I'm like, oh, I thought that was Q all these years. I thought that was Q, but I wasn't sure. And
Wow.
that was Q from WorldStar. So anyway, so Buck come out here to LA. He started messing with the people who I was dealing with music wise back when I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another connection to get to 50. So basically, when I seen 50 one day, I talked to him. Me and my boy talked to him. I gave him a business proposal. And next thing you know, man, I've been out here promoting. I was out there promoting F and Vodka. And man, you know, they was cool, man. You know, I got nothing bad to say about 50, man.
Cool, man. I hear that.
I made a nice amount of money promoting their brands.
That's major. Yeah, that's big right there. And that's the whole thing, man. Like, I mean, like we see a lot of beefs in the industry and we hear different people's sides, but we don't really know what's really the root cause of it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of those situations where we have to be like, well, yeah, I guess there's something going on. Don't really know what it is, you know. But like you said, you have no bad experiences with him.
No, not at all.
That's cool, man.
Not at all. Hopefully be doing business with him again one day soon. Hopefully.
Absolutely. So how long have you been doing this? How long have you been promoting and being like throwing the parties and promoting and doing? Because I know I actually started noticing you on social media. It's been like years now.